Hey guys, and welcome to the city of New Caparta. Yes, this is Cities Skylines, a game that has been out for a while, but it was on sale. Figured I'd pick it up, and I watched a few videos, decided, hey, might as well make a few myself. So, this series, if it receives enough good attention, and you guys like it enough, we'll go ahead and continue it. But City Skylines, I'm planning on making this a long-running series on the channel, if we can make it happen. If anyone has seen City Planner Plays, he's got a good series called Verde Beach, which is kind of the style that I'm going for in New Caparta. So, as you can see, we've already got a little layout already put down. Funny story, actually, I had originally recorded a video, and then when I went to go and edit it, I found out that I had actually not recorded any audio, and that was after I'd already messed up the first time, and I had to literally redo the entire city. So I said, alright, you know what, we'll just start from here. So essentially all I did was just lay out some of the grid that we're going to have over here near the water, a lot of the residential areas, as well as over here. And then here is the industrial zone and some commercial dotted about as well. Now I'm thinking I'm actually going to move this industrial zone definitely sooner rather than later. And the reason is because, well, there's a few reasons. First off, if we go over here to the pollution, we're getting a lot of pollution. And if we move people in there, it's just not going to be very good for a while. So I'd like to get that done as soon as possible. But on top of that, the noise that it's making is just atrocious. So it's difficult for me to really put any residential areas near there. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. Looking to do this episode is move the industrial area and expand our residential area into the old industrial zone. And so in order to do that, we're going to have to think about where we're going to put the industrial zone. We could just go all the way out here. Now, I do have a few DLCs, including the industry DLC, and over here we've got a bunch of farmland we could use, and we could actually start, at some point, once we get a high enough population, we could start a farming industry, which would be pretty great. Now, of course, we're not close to that right now, so in the meantime, we're going to have to move this industrial zone out of the way. So I think we'll just get right on that, and I'm going to make some roads and start evacuating, so to speak, this industrial zone. Okay, I'm thinking that'll do for now. Of course, we don't have a lot of money to spend. We do have a bunch of money coming in each month, or each week rather. Most of it's coming from residential and commercial, but unfortunately I'm going to have to de-zone a bunch of these industrial areas and force them to move, essentially. And what I could also do is I could raise taxes on the industrial area and kind of, you know, force them to leave that way. And actually, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'll get rid of these two, just so I can, you know, start looking ahead. But outside of that, anywhere that I can de-zone, I'm going to de-zone, essentially. So, like right there, de-zone that. And I'm just going to go around and de-zone everything that I can. So it looks like that's about everything. Now I'll just let it play. And of course I lost those guys, which is unfortunate. But the good news is now I can start zoning more residential over here. and having some people start to move in. This should also have been residential. Not sure why that wasn't. Oh, it's because of the road right there. I'm trying to leave it. Actually, I guess we're probably not going to end up using that ever, so we can just go ahead and zone anyways. I'm trying to leave it pretty open as far as for expansion in the future. That's one problem I've had. When I got the game, I just, went in and played around a little bit, and, I tried expanding, and it just is difficult. So we're going to try and kind of mitigate that in this playthrough at New Caparta to the best of our ability. But we've got some residential going up. Let me go ahead and increase the speed. And we'll see as hopefully these guys start to move out. And I can go ahead and start zoning some more industrial up here. Now, of course, because we're doing that, we will have to connect it to the power grid whenever buildings start forming up there. And you can see the taxes are super high, so these buildings are going to start essentially demolishing themselves. Not entirely, they're just going to get abandoned and then we'll have to demolish them. But the result is all the same. And I'm getting some extra revenue out of it, so always a good thing. As you can see, more buildings are already coming in. And I did like what City Planner Plays did with the commercial buildings and kind of dotted them about in the various neighborhoods. Looks like we are out of water over here. Oh, and we just leveled up to a worthy village, so we can get a second loan, which is going to come in handy. I'm thinking district specialization, service policies, districts in general, and policies in general. Fire department, police department, unique buildings. And now we can do agricultural specialization. That's not the same thing as agricultural industry. It just means that if we are, we can put a district down and specialize it to work in agriculture. Self-sufficient buildings are new, and then new policies. I'm not going to worry about those for now, but the firehouse and police station, I'm looking probably going to have to put down pretty quickly, but for now, let me just make sure we've got water over here. Alright, and now we'll look at where we can put, so we already have a hospital, or a clinic rather, it's not quite a hospital. For fire, for thinking in terms of the future, I'm going to want to avoid putting it on. We have Main Street right here. Pretty generic name, but sue me. So we're going to try and find a good area to put the fire station on so as to not interfere with Main Street, but also be able to access anything from Main Street, essentially. And it's looking like we might have to demolish some commercial, which isn't a huge deal because we're not hurting for commercial right now. So I guess we can just put the police station, the fire station rather, right there. We'll find a good spot for this police station. This is commercial. Sure, we'll go right there. Alright, cool. Now it's just a waiting game, waiting for these guys to get fed up with the taxes and start to leave. And then as soon as they start to do that, I'm going to lower the taxes and then make sure that they all move over here, because I'm pretty sure people aren't trying to move in right now because the taxes are so high. I'll just check our other services real quick. Electricity is fine for now. We are just barely producing enough. Let's see. I'm going to try and avoid, to the best of my ability, making things like coal power plants. And the wind turbines are doing a good enough job as is. So we should have a nice little area over here where it's creating 8 megawatts per turbine. For the water, it's our whole network, so shouldn't have to worry about that. Garbage collection, easy access to the whole city. Education, we've got 1 elementary school. We could probably do with another elementary school, probably over here, next to the old industrial zone. And matter of fact, we'll just put that right here. That's all we can afford for now. We don't even have the high school yet or university, so we don't have to worry about that for a minute. Healthcare, we're looking good. Traffic isn't a very high traffic town just yet. Now, I am going to end up upgrading this main road, Main Street. Right now it's a dirt road, and that's not going to stay that way. Eventually the town is going to get busy, and at that moment I'm thinking probably a 4 or even 6 lane road, as an arterial going through, and we'll come down here as well. Have that probably branch off into a feeder route going this way, which I guess, what would you call that, east to west? So we'll probably end up having that north to south Main Street end somewhere down here next to the beach, and then have it another splitting road go across it like that, but that's way in the future. But the problem with upgrading that is now you're going to have less space on the sides for commercial districts, or commercial zones rather. So that's something I'm going to have to keep in mind. And honestly, I might just... No, we'll see it as it comes. Matter of fact, we can just check it real quick, and you see how it's going to demolish that stuff. We could upgrade this, but it's going to demolish it. This one I'm thinking... Oh, that fire station. I'm going to have to relocate that. Somewhere just off. Let's see if we can find a place that doesn't completely mess with anything else. And actually, we've got a good spot over here, just off the side. And that'll give it good access to Main Street. So we can relocate it right there. This is end. I'm going to go back to commercial for now, but again, in the future, it's going to be demolished. So let's see, just so I have an idea now. Yeah. So all that's going to be demolished. What's over here? Neighborhood shop, drugstore. So that can all get destroyed as well. So all of this stuff essentially is now done. So we're going to pause the game real quick, lower the taxes again. 11% is a good place to be at. I'll just demolish all of these abandoned buildings. And that is the recycling center, which we can actually move now. Relocate to somewhere just off the edge of the city. Probably over here by Valley Way. By the way, for the names of the roads, feel free to leave me suggestions in the comment section, because I'm not very good with naming. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of that guy, and that should still provide power to the city. So you see, this is the problem with that industrial zone, is now all of this stuff is polluted. So And truthfully, I'm not sure if that goes away. I'm hoping it does, but in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and rezone some residential over here, and then all throughout here. Now, I didn't do this intentionally. I just miscounted, but that little one-way road, or one width little walkway right there might be able to be made into a path in the future. If not, no big deal. But we will see. And right here, I think I'm going to go ahead and demolish that. It's not really a necessary road in my eyes. So here we go. And we can... I've already de-zoned that. I think I'll just leave it as is, I suppose. And yes, we'll have paths going through here. And probably paths going through here as well. So kind of just future-proofing it really, but right now we don't have much demand one way or another. So we can just kind of chill, and because we unlock districts, I think I'm going to go ahead and start making some. So we'll start with over here, over by the water, and I think I'm going to call this one for now. Again, if you guys have any better ideas, let me know. But for now, Waterford Lakes. Can't type. Waterford Lakes, there we go. And this new area, we'll go ahead and zone this out as well. Just trying to smooth it out the best I can, and that is good for now. I guess I'll go ahead and include these guys in here as well. Oops. Not Empire Hills. There we go. Just kind of future-proofing it again. Alright. And this is going to be the industrial zone. I'm going to avoid putting a district there for the moment. And this one we can call... I don't know. I will think about it. But yeah, for now, it's pretty much just a waiting game. Looks like we've got some industrial demand again, so I will fill in some of these bad boys, and let's see, that is the correct size, so very good. Oh, looks like we've got a problem with the electricity. Once again, we're going to go ahead and put down a wind turbine, and that should deal with it for now. There we go. And actually, we have enough. I'm going to put down a 5th wind turbine. Power is definitely going to be a problem. As far as water is concerned, we got plenty of water availability and sewage. But power is going to be an issue I'm foreseeing. Up here, we're going to put down some more, excuse me, some more residential areas. And so this is kind of bugging me because this is actually the correct size square to maximize the, oh, there we go, tiny town. But to maximize the amount of efficiency in your city, but the ones over here aren't. So it's kind of mix and matched, but it is what it is. So now we can make park areas, industry areas, that's what we were looking for the agriculture. Right here, parks and plazas, level 2 unique buildings. bunch of new policies. Probably not going to use most of them. We might at some point, but we will see. Main park, we might need to use that at some point. And parks and recreation, might need to use that as well. But down here we got some new road unlocks. Some paths for the parks. Canals. And just in general landscaping, it looks like. And a bunch of new buildings, which is great. So we got the high school, public library, and a bunch of gardens and parks that we can play around with. Oh, and that is an alternative to high school. Okay, park maintenance building. All right, cool. We got a nice boost of money from that as well. Let me just check the traffic again, see how it's looking. Not too bad, but I'm foreseeing this is going to start to get a lot busier. So what that means is I am going to make this a one-way road right there, another one right there. And now I'm going to upgrade this to a 6-lane road, I'm thinking. Because it's already a 4-lane road. Nope, sorry, it's a dirt road. But again, kind of future-proofing it. And maybe we don't need that because this is only a 2-wide one-way. So I think we're going to stick with the 4-lane road for now. But unfortunately, this is going to destroy the buildings anyways. It's alright. Can't be avoided, but this water tower I will need to move. Now it does make some noise. And because of that, I think I'm gonna put it we could put it over here because it will be getting power this way. But I think it would be cooler to put it somewhere near a commercial zone. Let's see where our commercial zones are. Again, they're just all along Main Street, so that might be a problem. We can make this back area a little commercial hub. And when we do that, I'm actually going to leave a little bit right here for the water tower, which should fit nicely right in here. Just make sure so it's right there in the middle. Alright, and that should fit just snugly in there. We'll connect the pipes up. So we've got water again. Very nice. And now I think we'll have to upgrade the road to a 4-lane road. It's going to cost more in maintenance, but I think in the long run it's going to be worth it. And now Main Street's looking a lot more like a main street. Let me look at our zoning once more. We can add some more residential over here. Again, trying to leave some space with the paths. As a matter of fact, let me see. I can now make paths, and yes, they will fit in those one-ways. So that is perfect. Now, we could use a bicycle path. I'm not sure. Let me check it real quick. Okay, it is a 2-lane. So I think what we'll do is we'll make this kind of like this, I almost want to say it's a main street, but it's not really a main street, but this kind of like middle-ish path area. We'll make this into the bicycle lane, so we'll do that. And this guy didn't get the memo, so let me get him out of here. Ooh, and actually that that guy can actually stay there. Sorry, bro. Didn't realize the elementary school was right there. So that is A-okay. And now that we're done with the bike lanes, pavement paths, they cost a lot of upkeep actually. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave them as is, but hopefully more people will start using the bicycle lanes. And it doesn't look like it's really connecting. Oh, it does connect to the path there. It's just the gravel. So hopefully we'll start to see some people using it. So now our residential is almost met with, and our industry looks like it is quite in demand right now. We got this nice commercial district that should bring in some money as well. So, and we're making a lot of money now, so that's great. We can actually go ahead and put these other paths in while we're here. Managed to fit that last one in there nicely, so that's cool. Alright, let's see what we got here. This should be, yeah, zoned commercial. No one's looking to move in right now, I guess, though. And we can honestly start upgrading some roads as well, depending on how much it costs. Let's look. So 200 per, we could definitely do that. I think that's what we're going to go ahead and do real quick. Unfortunately, we had to evict some people. There we go, upgrade that one. But it is looking a lot nicer now, so... and that path looks like it got deleted as well. There we go, just barely making it fit there. On this side, let's see what we can do. Doesn't look like it's going to delete the buildings, which I'm hoping for. Let's go ahead and test it out real quick. Okay, very good. It's not going to delete the buildings. So we can go ahead and do this to our heart's content. That should be all the dirt roads over here. I'm thinking I'm going to leave these dirt roads up here for now, leading up to the industrial zone. And unfortunately, it looks like our power is still fine. We did get rid of a few power lines over there, but it doesn't look like it is affecting us so far. We're producing enough electricity. Again, water's good. We could be doing a little bit better on the water availability. I'm going to look at the... flow of the water. So we could go ahead and add a water pump over here for some extra water. Only 2,500. Yeah, we might as well do that. We'll go ahead and unpause and let it do its thing. So looking like we still need some residential areas. This town is just growing too quickly. And it looks like there is a lot of space up here, so we can go ahead and pause the game again and do some expanding up here. And then we haven't unlocked the highways yet. We need to get more population. But, of course, that is a highway, so it is going to be making a lot of noise. So, the residential zone might want to hold off on being put there for a moment. And we'll just kind of keep it on this side, kind of. We'll look at the noise real quick and see how it's looking. So most of the noise is coming from this corner over here. Main Street looks to be making a lot of noise too, probably because of all these commercial buildings. But over here it's nice and quiet, so we will go ahead and add some more residential over here. Alright, and before I let it go, let me just look at some of our services. So health, it can reach the entire area essentially. Fire department, again, pretty much the entire area, so not that big of a deal. Same thing for the police station. And education, these buildings back here are going to be a little bit out of reach, so I'm thinking I'm going to put a elementary school, and we can also afford, we cannot afford a high school just yet, nor a Institute of Creative Arts, but we can go ahead and put down another elementary school, probably back here in this corner. And let me just check the other. Oh, and look at that. Now we can look at our natural resources. So yeah, a lot of farming up here. I'm probably going to avoid this area for farming. Maybe. The problem is that I just put all of this residential area over here. But if we were to kind of stop it right here and then move the farmlands up here, make some roads out here, and put some farms down, that could work out well because it's next to the highway, which we'd kind of want to avoid for, and it looks like this isn't powered. Let me just power that real quick. We kind of want to avoid that for residential area. And what we can do instead is over here on this large land, because I'm hesitant to make this whole thing industrial, because just the sheer amount of land we have to work with, we could probably make a big residential area. But for now, making sure we have all of our services met. Once more, education now we've got met. All right. Well, I think that's pretty much going to wrap it up this episode. Again, I really apologize for not being able to show you me building the initial stages of the city. It didn't take me too long, and it wasn't that much as you saw, but it still does kind of detract from the experience a little bit. But I tried to start it as quickly as possible. So in this episode, basically what we did was we upgraded Main Street, we upgraded all of the other streets, added a bunch of new residential areas over here, a few new commercial hubs, relocated the industrial hub over here to this corner. Next episode, and of course we also got 2 milestones for the population requirements. Next episode, I'm going to look into hopefully annexing this square up here and then making a agricultural industry kind of area up there. Maybe we'll add some more housing as well. But that will pretty much wrap it up for today's episode. I appreciate you guys checking it out. Let me know how you like Cities Skylines and if you want more of this kind of content. And with that all being said, I will see you guys next time. See ya.